She went into the house and disappeared for 12 years. The horrifying truth shocked the world. The calm American town was shattered when a young girl went into the house and disappeared for 12 years, leaving behind her belongings. The investigation of the girl's disappearance was like a detective show, but it was real. The small town was scared and unsure if anyone could have done it. But after 12 long years, the horrifying truth finally emerged, and the whole world was shaken to its core. Are you ready to dive into the darkness and discover the shocking truth? Let's see. Tara Grinstead was born in Hawkinsville, Georgia, on November 14, 1974. Her parents were Bill and Faye Grinstead, and she had a sister named Anita Grinstead. Tara grew up in Hawkinsville, where she participated in beauty pageants and won the title of Miss Tifton in 1999. She also participated in several other pageants, which helped her earn money to pay for her college education. She attended Middle Georgia College in Cochran and earned a master's degree in education from Valdosta State University in 2003. In 1998, Tara started teaching history at Irwin County High School in Ocilla. On the evening of October 22, 2005, Tara Grinstead, a former beauty queen and current high school teacher from Ocilla, Georgia, attended a beauty pageant where she coached young contestants. Later that evening, she also attended a barbecue event. The following day, October 23rd, Grinstead did not show up for work, which was unexpected. As a result of her situation, colleagues at Irwin County High School contacted her. However, she did not respond to any phone calls or messages. On October 24th, a Monday morning, Grinstead still did not show up for work. She prompted her co-workers to call the police. A search was immediately launched for her whereabouts by law enforcement officials. They went to her home, where she lived alone, to check on her. Upon arrival, they found that Grinstead's car was parked outside, but her purse and keys were missing. Furthermore, her cell phone was discovered inside the house. These details were shocking and raised concerns about her sudden disappearance. The police investigation began, and the search for Tara Grinstead continued. Local police requested that Georgia Bureau of Investigations, GBI, to assist with a potential crime. GBI found no signs of forced entry or physical struggle during their investigation. In this case, the perpetrator could have had legal access to the location, which raises concerns for the police. The principal of Irwin County High School, Bobby Connor, expressed his concerns over a recent event that greatly impacted the small community. As reported by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, despite only typically hearing about such incidents happening elsewhere, the community was grieving deeply. Additionally, the school students adore a particular individual for her engaging and remarkable personality. Tara Grinstead disappeared in 2005, and her case regained attention in 2008 due to a report on 48 Hours of Mystery. A report compared her disappearance with that of Jennifer Keyes. 3 months later, police found DNA on a latex glove in Grinstead's yard near her front stoop, which was unexpected. The Georgia Bureau of Investigations, GBI, has found male DNA in the case of Tara Grinstead, a teacher who went missing in 2005. The DNA does not match anyone who knew Grinstead or was associated with her, but it could potentially lead to solving the case. The DNA has been entered into the state and national databases, but a match is not yet to be found. Gary Rothwell of GBI stated that the DNA is critical for solving this case. In 2009, a man claiming to be a serial killer named the Catch Me Killer posted videos online confessing to killing 16 women, including Tara Grinstead, which was shocking. Police identified the man as Andrew Haley, but later discovered that the videos were part of a hoax, and Haley was cleared as a suspect in Grinstead's disappearance. Despite initial setbacks, investigators never gave up on the case of Grinstead's disappearance. New leads continued to come in and out, and in 2016 and 2017, a podcast called Up and Vanished reignited public interest in the case. This renewed attention and eventually led to the arrest of Ryan Alexander Duke for Grinstead's murder in February 2017. Duke had burglarized Grinstead's home and strangled her when she caught him in the act. Bo Dukes, a former classmate of Tara Grinstead, was arrested on March 3, 2017 for concealing a death, hindering apprehension, and tampering with evidence. Grinstead's sister, Anita Gaddis, was shocked by Duke's involvement as she had known of his family for years, but never suspected him of her disappearance. In August 2017, 4 new charges were brought against Bo Dukes by a grand jury. These charges including 2 counts of making false statements, 1 count of hindering the apprehension of a criminal, and 1 count of concealing the death of another. The charges were based on a Wilcox County indictment, which alleged that Dukes had lied to Georgia Bureau of Investigation, GBI, official who had questioned him in 2016 about the disappearance of Tara Grinstead. After the arrests of Ryan Duke and Bo Dukes, Judge Melanie Cross issued a gag order To prevent public discussion of the case, Georgia TV stations WMAZ and WXIA challenged the order. The judge modified it to restrict public comment to those involved with the prosecution or defense, court staff, and police officers. The TV stations continued to contest the order. He took the case to the Supreme Court of Georgia, which issued a unanimous opinion in favor of the media outlets and lifted the gag order in March 2018. Bo Dukes went on trial on March 19, 2019, for his role in helping to conceal a murder. He was found guilty for the charges against him and was sentenced to 25 years in prison on March 22, 2019. Ryan Duke's trial for murder was initially set to begin on April 1, 2019, but was later delayed by the Georgia Supreme Court on March 28, 2019. Ryan Duke's trial for murder, aggravated assault, and burglary was delayed due to a legal argument by his team that they were denied funds for expert witnesses. When the trial finally began on May 9, 2022, Duke pleaded not guilty and shifted the blame to Bo Dukes. Ultimately, he was found not guilty of those charges, but guilty of hiding a dead body, and sentenced to a maximum of 10 years in prison on May 23, 2022.